name is Waleed Sonbol. I am the general manager and CEO out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. I own and operate 310 vehicles. We have 4 companies involved, Blue and White Taxi. We bought out 3 of our competitors in ABC Taxi in 2007, Red and White Taxi in 2017, and Rainbow Taxi in 2015. So we're one of the largest in the city of Minneapolis or in Minnesota at this point. Blue and White Taxi used to be owned by a bunch of independent owner-operators who, the majority of them came from Egypt, which is where my family is from. And in the 1980s, as they were going through bankruptcy, they'd asked my father to come help them. And he went to go help them redevelop and restructure. And as time went on and people were leaving, they started because he wasn't getting paid for it, they started granting him shares. So I've kind of been involved since the 80s, in the sense as a kid I would go there, help out and do stuff. But I really started running it in 2004. And so now I'm going in my 15th year, hopefully by January it'll be in my 16th year. And the industry changed a lot. It changed, from radio dispatch to very generic, very basic computer dispatching. It changed in terms of the way, I think drivers a long time ago would get out of their cars and go knock on apartment doors, and now it's, let me call the customer and tell them I'm outside. So there's been tremendous changes in terms of the amount of, I want to say, kind of interpersonal communication. I mean, we're moving more into, there's a lot more automation than there used to be. Before, everything was on pen and paper, and now there's more computers. So I believe a lot of that has shifted, and when you come to look at a company like iCabbi, and what it's done is it's actually now changed a lot about the car and the customer experience, in the sense that the car used to have a meter, a radio, an MDT, a credit card machine. I mean, it was a lot of equipment in one vehicle that to prepare a vehicle, sometimes it could take a day or two or what have you not. Now it's just a tablet. And when you have that, it makes it a lot easier to get a car on the road faster. It actually makes, I think, from the driver and from the customer experience, a much quieter experience. They're not listening to the jibber jabber between dispatchers and drivers all day long. And then I also think that iCabbi brought something that I don't know, because I know that Uber was doing this before, but it is unique in the sense that it was allowing the customer to get that same experience of being able to track their taxi. So it elevated the customer service experience from just beyond getting the taxi, let's say in 5 minutes, to actually finding out when it's going to be there, knowing who their driver is, knowing their vehicle number. And I think that that's a huge difference. So for me, automation really, it is important. I think that what it does, it's get rid of the mundane tasks that take away from being able to offer better customer service. For example, for dispatching, when you had somebody to sit down with a bunch of pieces of paper or whatever they were doing, and they really couldn't handle that customer service call, like I lost my wallet or I lost my phone, or that was a nuisance because I had all this other work in front of me. And what automation does is it takes away me having to get orders out to drivers. The system takes care of it, and now those people behind the desks on the phone, they can actually offer better customer service. It actually even comes to your billing team or to any other team when you're able to take a manifest, for example, and upload it into your system immediately. You've cut down maybe hours and hours and hours into maybe 15 minutes. Now, and it's not really a matter of just being able to, you're not really reducing labor per se, but if you can use your labor to enhance the customer and driver experience, where you're actually giving them more of that customer service that they really, I think they all need it. I think whether it's the driver, the owner operator, or your customer, what would set us apart is the best customer service. And I think automation allows you to do that. So I think from a customer standpoint, the biggest challenge obviously are the TNCs, the Uber and the Lyfts of that around, that they're offering this heavily discounted price. And I think customers are looking at it and say, well, I have this really heavily discounted price. But I do believe you can win them back through customer service. I believe when they lose an item and they can actually talk to somebody rather than having to go on Twitter and send a DM, that means something. We have received a lot of reviews of people, for example, that want to order a taxi for their father to get somewhere, and they know that they couldn't get an Uber out in that area because it's really far away, but we were able to send that person out there. Or somebody that wants to send their kids to a dance class, and they call us and we set up a call between them and the driver so they know who the driver is and they're comfortable with that that transport, and then we're able to get their kid to the dance class. These are small things that I think that as time goes on, if we really excel at it, we'll win more and more customers back. Some customers won't need it, right? They'll just look at the price and that's all they care about.